And that's assuming a very important assumption now that you have something called a value proposition. So let's talk about the value prop before we talk about the three things that will improve your effectiveness. The value prop, quite simply, is an undeniable offer by which someone applies to or collects on and they are sold. They will never leave, for example, your club, right? They will never consider not paying dues. They would never consider leaving because it is so interesting and it's so valuable to them. And this is something that a lot of Rotary clubs have trouble delivering. They even have trouble defining it. And I don't know where your club is in the grand scheme of things. I mean, have you been able to identify the value proposition? What is your closing ratio? If you pitch a Rotary club to 10 people, how many join? 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 5 out of 10? Do you have to pitch more than 10? Do you have to pitch 50 people to get one person to come? So that's called the closing ratio. And to the extent that your value proposition is super clear, the closing ratio goes up. I can tell you in my business, when I onboard people into a program, an online course I have called Present Like a Pro, my closing ratio is 50%, 50. And the reason it's so good is because I pre-qualify people before they get on the call. I'm not pitching to people who aren't interested. I'm pitching to people who not only would be interested, they need me. There's no other way they can get what they want unless they get it from me. And so when I spend a few minutes with them, they start to see this and they go, okay, let me get my credit card. Let me sign up. And that's the kind of relationship you want when you're trying to recruit people to your club, for example, or to your new business. So you have to have this value proposition. It has to be super, super clear, and it has to be obvious, not just to you, but to people, for example, that visit the club. It has to be super clear to them.